What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Bourbon Blind. I have for you what I believe are the most overlooked whiskeys on the shelf. Hit that intro. So, let's start off here with something most people would say bottom shelf, okay? Screw top, bottom shelf. Now, I am going to try and limit this to things you can actually find on the shelf. If I had said Weller Special Reserve, that's not really fair because most places you can't just walk in and find it on the shelf. I know, Texas, Ohio, some other places you can. Most parts around the country, that's not a happening. So, a happening, that's a real word. I have Evan Williams White Label Bottled in Bond. This is obviously at least 4 years old. It's 100 proof, and it's delicious. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You got your caramels, your vanillas, a little bit of baking spices in there, even a little bit of oak is in there. So wherever they're aging these, I would say probably higher up in the rick house. But yeah, Evan Williams White Label Bottled in Bond. This is out of Heaven Hill. And they are the largest privately owned distillery in the country. And they just make some awesome products. I wish you could still get the Heaven Hill 6-year, although that was a Kentucky exclusive, so it probably wouldn't have made the list anyway. But hey, that is easily one of my favorites right there. Daily drinker, go-to. You can tell I love it. I damn near buy this stuff by the case. I do. I love it. Next on the list, something else you could buy by the case is this little guy right here, Wild Turkey 101. Again, it's 101 proof, and this is freaking fantastic. It's not, for people that are really into the whiskey scene, it's not a secret. I know a lot of you probably aren't surprised to see this on the list, but it deserves to be there along with its bigger brother, the Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. I know I pulled a couple of these from the same distilleries, but this is a daily drinker right here. Again, I'm going to say it, nothing wrong with it. I know you guys have probably heard that about a dozen times at least, but your baking spices, your caramels, it's just freaking fantastic. I know, DJ, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure this is a 6 to 8 year product and 101 proof, and around here it's about 20, 23 bucks. That's freaking fantastic. These, if you watch my last video, you already know this, but Jimmy and Eddie Russell sign off on every single bottle, or barrel, I should say, of Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. And you just don't find that in a lot of distilleries. Between the two of them, they have over 100 years of distilling experience. They know what's going on. They have been around forever. I don't know of many bottles that are available, allocated or not, that's better than this stuff right here. I just don't. I absolutely love it. It just works well for me. All right, next up on the list. Yes. All right. This one right here, Old Forester 100 proof signature. I think they've called it. They've changed the name a few times. This stuff right here is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to do a little pretending right now. I have a few bottles of this, and apparently I don't have a bottle of 1920 right now.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Now, the 1910 is fantastic, don't get me wrong. We did an episode on that, blind, but the 1920, we're just going to pretend this is 1920, okay? Okay. The 100 proof signature series, to me, is like a baby version, a junior version of the 1920. You get tons of those cherries, big fruit flavors, a little bit of that banana, not much of it, but definitely a lot of those cherries, red ripe fruit flavors. I just love that in a bourbon. And the 1920, that this is obviously, is the exact same way, except at 115 proof, everything's just upped and amplified. But to me, these have a very similar flavor profile, and the 1920 is amazing. Again, right up here with this, something that there's not many bottles better than out there. So, fan favorite. We're going to do this one next. Four Roses Yellow Label. That was definitely not Yellow Label. It is kind of yellow. Let's do this one next, okay? So, next up is Four Roses Small Batch. 30 bucks, and this is absolutely fantastic. By the way, Going in price about $12, $20, $60, $20, $60, $30. Just a quick recap. This is fantastic. It is a batch of 4 of their 10 recipes. Four Roses has 10 recipes, if you don't know that. If you've been watching our channel at all and you haven't heard me talk about Four Roses, then you probably haven't been paying much attention, because they are an absolute favorite of mine. And to go along with that, the single barrel. These are both 100% amazing. I know this isn't straight bourbon, okay? But, these are all straight bourbon, but the small batch makes an amazing mint julep. I mean, it just works so well. It is amazing, okay? The small batch and the single barrel is much more, this is just a little bit lighter on flavor. It's 90 proof, this is 100 proof. I think it's also smoother, and it's much more complex, and they just do a fantastic job with the single barrels. I don't know that I've ever had a bad Four Roses single barrel. Same with the Russells. They just put out an amazing product. I've had some, Henry McKenna, bottled and bond, 10-year, and the single barrel, it just varies so widely. There's some great bottles out there, and there's some really not great bottles out there. I love it. I used to love it. It's amazing. Lately, I think their quality control has gotten a little bit off kilter, and that's also another Heaven Hill product. These are obviously solid as a rock, big batches. The single barrels, just for whatever reason, I'm So, all right. Ooh, let's step outside the box for a minute. And these are single barrels, but just in general, the regular off-the-shelf American Prairie Bourbon and the Double Rye. High West out of Utah. They are doing some awesome stuff out there. They're switching over to their own product the last few years, and they're absolutely killing it. The Double Rye is a mix of a younger rye and an older rye, and High West in general does an amazing job blending. I'm not sure if their master distiller is in charge of that or if they have an actual person that's head of blending. Whoever's doing it, you guys, freaking awesome job. Keep it up. High West, they're one of the best blenders on the market right now that I know of. Like I said, they're switching to their own product, and both of these, I think they're right in that $30 to $40 price range, and they're fantastic. That Double Rye is amazing. The bourbon's really good too, but they just do a great job. So be sure to keep an eye on the lookout for those. We are running out of room, guys. Next up on the list, we're going to go back to the beginning here. Knob Creek Single Barrel. These are at least 9 years old. If you can get a store pick, they're 14, 15 years old sometimes. But even at 9 years old, 120 proof for $45. There's not a much better buy in bourbon at all right now. They are absolutely amazing. Myself and other people that I've seen have put these in blind tastings time and time again, and they just come out on top or near the top. They're freaking amazing. Even the 9-year small batch at 100 proof is fantastic. It really is. There's not a whole lot better out there for the money. It's just not. I know I said that about a lot of these, but that's why they're on the list, right? Right. Ooh, all right. Yes, let's do this one next. We're almost to the end, guys, almost to the end. We're going to pretend again. This is regular Maker's 46, not cask strength like you see on the label. Again, I thought I had a bottle of the regular 46. I've been liking it a lot the last several months. It has been blowing me away time and time again. The regular Maker's Mark 46. Maker's is one of those, I used to say I didn't like them, but I figured out it's just the regular Maker's Mark that I don't like. They're 46, awesome. The cask strength, some bottles are a little hot, but for the most part, it's really good. The 46 cask strength is amazing. The RC6 that they've done and the SC4 PR5 or whatever it is, the 2019-2020 limited edition blends that they did are fantastic. They're private selects. A lot of them are fantastic. These are 46, regular one, sitting on the shelf. I think they're 35, maybe $40, and they're fucking awesome. They really are. Tons of that vanilla butterscotch flavors. and they just do a great job. So nice, complex, easy sippers. Be sure to check it out. Last on the list, but definitely not least, and guys, all of these are in no specific order, okay? When I do a top 5, top 10, top 3 list, whatever the case may be, I don't like putting things in order. These are all favorites, and just based on the day, I might like Russell's better. I might like the single barrel Four Roses better. I might like the 1920 better. It's just what you're in the mood for that day because they're all fantastic. There's no losers. They're just winners. So last but not least on the shelf, should be on pretty much every reputable store shelf, most of these should be, is Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. Okay, technically Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, double barrel as the Scotch Test Dummies coined. These are fucking amazing, guys. If you're not a fan of, you never liked Jack Daniel's before, if you've never liked Jack Daniel's before, give it a try. Find a bar that has it, find a buddy that has it, and give these a try. They are fantastic. I don't care what anyone says, Jack Daniel's puts out a quality product, whether you like it or not, is regardless, it is a quality product. These barrel proofs, we've seen put them in blinds, and they kill the George T. Stags, guys. They are, some of these are just phenomenal. Some of the best whiskey you'll ever taste. They do an awesome job. This one happens to be 128.7 proof. Someone told me that once they get over 130 proof, they're even better. I really think it just comes down to the barrel, personally. But there you have it, guys. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, if you're counting all of them. If you're going by distillery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that are on the shelf right now at your local liquor store. The only caveat might be these. Like I said, stepping outside the box a little bit. Like I said, these are store picks, but the normal ones, I'm pretty sure they're available nationwide. But there you have it, guys. 8, 12 things, whatever you want to call, that if you haven't tried it and it's not in your bar right now, go try it. Go buy it. Drink it. See how you like it. Let me know how you like it. Put it down in the comments. But with that being said, thank you for sticking around and watching through the whole episode. And Patreon members, absolutely love you guys. Like I said, you guys are first in line for the Buffalo Trace barrels coming in. Buffalo Trace in 1792 full proof. So our way of saying thank you to you guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys have tried. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like. And until Friday, noon central next week, cheers and drink blind. We want to give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon people. Absolutely thank you. You guys are freaking magical. T-shirts at Teespring, link in the description.
Also, thank you to anyone who has ever supported us, whether that's either coming on a live, chit-chatting with us on a Thursday night, or if you just like to watch our episodes, we appreciate every one of you.
Until Friday, noon central next week, cheers.